Hey Roosters, and welcome back to another Stars Unlimited video. Not a leader spotlight. Today we have an unboxing. That's right, I finally got my two-player starter set in the mail, and yes, I know that a lot of people have already gotten their hands on these cards. A lot of people have already seen them, so nobody's really that excited about these cards. A lot of people are more interested in cracking open some packs, seeing what that's going to look like if they haven't been able to go to a pre-release event. But for me, I've never actually got my hands on these cards. I played, of course, online on Force Stable, but this is going to be my first experience with the in-person cards. Never did a demo or anything like that, and so it's a really exciting moment for me. And let's crack into this and finally get some Stars Unlimited card games and cards into my hands. Just to take a quick look at the box here, I got the camera really zoomed in so you can get a good look at everything. A little bit of damage there, but not too much. So that's the front. The back, you're gonna have both deck lists for Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. You're gonna have the contents. Gonna have some other stuff going on here. Obviously, they're partnered up with Game Genius, so they're gonna want you to get those sleeves. Talking about the booster packs you can buy. Let's just read the back real quick. May the Force be with you. Enter a galaxy of endless possibilities in the Stars Unlimited. In Star Wars Unlimited. In this fast-paced, easy-to-learn trading card game, you and your opponent face off in excited head-to-head battles full of iconic Star Wars characters. Shield your allies as Luke Skywalker, or go on the offensive as Darth Vader. This two-player starter box comes with everything you and a friend will need to learn and play the game, including 2 fully built decks, rules, tokens, and more. Also included are 2 full play sets of 10 different exclusive cards that may not be found outside of the starter deck. Or rather, what can only be found inside of the starter deck. Darth Vader's on that side, and I assume Luke is on that one. Okay, that being said, let's get right into this. Now, I'm not exactly sure what how the best way to open this thing up is, but I'm just gonna tear into it. I'm not too concerned about protecting the box here. And if you guys have already opened this up and played a couple games with it, tell me which one you guys prefer in the comment section below, Vader or Luke. Now, me, I'm a huge Vader fan. I think everybody is, but I'm also not going to lie. Luke Skywalker is my favorite Star Wars character. So although I'm a huge Vader fan, if you act like Vader or Luke, it's always Luke for me. Here we have Luke Skywalker's deck wrapped in paper, because that's how Star Wars Unlimited is doing a lot of their stuff. And there we have the Vader deck. I believe the fold-up boxes are still in there. Yep. Pull those out. This is the Luke box, fold-up paper box, cardboard box for you to put your decks in after you get them out of the wrapping. Pretty cool. And that's it. That's everything you get in. So these are 2 boxes. I'll probably show that towards the end of the video, what that's going to look like. And then here we have the 2 decks. Your token sheets. I'm not going to pop them out now, but I am probably going to use them for at least for a little bit. Just to see what they look like. That's your tokens. This is the full rule book, or the quick start rules, rather. It's going to tell you a lot of stuff you need to know about the game. I'm probably going to do my own how to play video in the future at some point. But if you just got your stuff and you haven't been able to get a chance to, I haven't posted that yet, that's a good thing to look at. Oh, wow. This is actually pretty cool. This is the playmat. It's a little hard to see. Zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, that's the full playmat. You've probably seen it before. Nothing huge, nothing exciting, but have an area for your leader, your base, your resources, your ground and space units there. And then on the back, you're also going to get a nice poster of Vader or Luke. I might end up, I'll show you the poster for Luke, but it's just the art, but oversized, essentially. There's nothing special about it. But I might just end up putting a picture of these on the screen. There's Luke. Yeah, I might just put a picture of those on the screen if you really want to see them. But yeah, they're just the art on the cards, but oversized and super boosted. Okay, let's get into these decks. Let's start off with the Vader deck here, because, you know, dark side always goes first, or usually anyway. Paper packaging is pretty interesting. It's like an attempt to keep the environment safe and all that, but a lot of people have things to say about it. A lot of people have their cards coming in, well, not a lot of people. That would be wrong to say. Some people have their cards coming in a little damaged because they, for one reason or the other, but the paper wrapping, it's pretty smooth. It's not too rough. Okay, let's take a look at the deck here. We're going to go through this quickly because, again, a lot of people have already seen these cards. And if you watch my Star Wars Unlimited spotlights on both these leaders, then you kind of already know what they do and what their playstyle is. Vader, he's going to have an action here that you can spend a resource and exhaust him. And if you played a villainous card this phase, you can deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. really good aggressive ability there. And if you control 7 or more resources, you can employ him as a leader. When you do that, he becomes a 5/8 huge body on attack, deal 2 damage to a unit. Your base is just going to be the command center, a generic common base, 30 HP for command. These are going to be your tokens. Experience on one side, shield on the other. Onto the deck, here are some base units. The TIE LN Fighter, 2 copies of that. 3 copies of the Death Star Stormtrooper, but I believe this card can also be found in booster packs. I don't think it's a special unique card. 2 copies of 1 copy of Admiral Ozzel. 2 copies of First Legion Stormtrooper. 3 copies of one of the best cards from this box. He's going to be only found in the starter deck. You can't pull him from packs. Admiral Mahdi can allow you to ready your villainous unit. So when you're playing Vader, he's absolutely imperative. 2 copies of the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. 2 copies of the Viper Probe Droid. And then here's some command units here as well. You have one Admiral Piet. 3 copies, I believe, of the Super Laser Technician, also found in booster packs, but it's such a great card that it's really cool if they put it into the starter decks here. That's going to be 3 copies of the Cell Block Guard. 1 copy of General Veers. 3 copies, I believe, of Grand Moff Tarkin. Special card, only found in the starter decks, but absolutely great card. For anytime you're playing a villainous deck, which means, or if the deck focuses on villainous cards like Vader, you're going to want to get that card in there because a lot of the villainous cards are Imperial. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. An Imperial Interceptor, that's a space unit. The TIE Advanced, 1 copy of that. The ATST, 2 copies of that. The Galactic Gladiator Star Destroyer, 1 copy of that. The Blizzard Assault AT-AT, 1 copy of that. Emperor Palpatine, a single copy of that. The Relentless, 1 copy of that. And then you're getting into some other card types here as well. You have Vader's Lightsaber, getting 3 copies of this. Recruit, 1 copy, it seems. Force Choke, 1 copy. Resupply, 1 copy. Open Fire, 3 copies. I'm Your Father is going to be a starter deck special card. He's going to be 3 copies of I Am Your Father. Max Firepower, 1 copy. And then Overwhelming Barrage out of 1 copy of. So that's what you're going to get in the Vader deck. It's going to have a lot of different villainous cards. A lot of the good villainous cards too are in here. If you're really hoping to build a villainous deck, then, well, really, if you're hoping to play the game, I would advise picking up this 2-player starter. Because it's just going to give you a lot of good cards to start off your collection. And if you get this in a single booster pack, a booster box, then you're going to have a good place to start when building a deck. Because at the very least, you can just tweak Vader and he'll be pretty good himself. Or, of course, tweak Luke, who we're going to get into right now. So, this deck, Vader's deck is all about dealing some... I don't even care anymore, bro. It's all about dealing direct damage. And Luke's deck, on the other hand, is all about dealing that sweet, not dealing anything really, dealing out those shields to your units. Again, if you don't know what he does already, as an action, you can pay 1 resource, exhaust him, give a shield token to a hero's unit you play this phase. And then if you have 6 or more resources, you flip him over, he becomes a 4/7. On attack, you can give another unit a shield token. Pretty cool card overall. I'm really excited to see a Return of the Jedi with the green lightsaber and the black Jedi tunic. I really want to see that show up in the card game at some point. Technically, I believe he does have a card in the booster packs, but I'm not a leader card, and that's what I really want to see. Probably going to be wild till we see it, though. You get the Administrator Tower, Cunning, 30 health base. You get your tokens here. Shields, obviously, the side you really want to be paying attention to. You get 1 copy of the 2-1B Surgical Droid. You're going to get 3 copies of R2-D2. Really interesting card. Whoa. Looks like 3 copies of the Alliance X-Wing. You're going to get 3 copies here of C-3PO. A copy of Rebel Pathfinder. 2 copies of the Restored Arc 17. 170. 3 copies of Leia here. 1 copy of the Rebel Operative. three copies of Fleet Lieutenant, 1 copy of the Wing Leader, 1 copy of Yoda, 1 copy of the Cloud City Guard, 1 copy of the System Patrol Craft, 3 copies of the Consular's Security Force, 1 copy of the, goodness gracious, Uzitek Liberator Gunship. Wow. 1 copy of General Dodonna, 1 Snowspeeder, 1 Chewbacca, a Vigilant Honor Guards, copy of that, copy of Obi-Wan, copy of Han Solo. Some upgrades, you're going to have a copy of Resilient, pretty cool. You're going to have Luke's Lightsaber, 3 copies of that. And you can have Repair, 2 of those, Shoot First, 2 copies of Asteroid Sanctuary, 2 Surprise Strike, 2 Waylay, and 3 Vanquish. Vanquish obviously being a very powerful card that allows you to just knock off your opponent's non-leader units, which is going to be a fair decent amount of their units. So 5 costs to knock anything off the field. Obviously, that's not that powerful early game. Though it can be used early game, it's not going to be that super powerful because you're paying 5 to knock off something that's going to be lower cost. But the second the game gets into late game, your opponent, say, plays their huge Emperor Palpatine, their Blizzard AT-AT. Where's the spaceship? I believe it's the, not the Avenger, maybe? No, the Avenger's blue. The Relentless. They play their big Relentless. They have that 9 cost investment on the field that they want to stay around as long as possible to get as much value out of it. And you pay 5 to just knock it off the field. It's absolutely amazing. Great card. And that's going to be it for today's video. We just took a look at these starter decks here. Took a look at what's inside. Took a look at what you're going to get. Obviously, you have the tokens. You have the boxes, but I'm probably going to still show on the channel. And there's the deck box all made and ready to go. Obviously, you can tell there's plenty of wiggle room in there. So I'm assuming this can fit these decks completely sleeved up with Game Genic sleeves. Probably. That's the Vader deck. But I'm using these decks. It's really simple. So they're like this. If you just fold them out, they kind of just click into place like that. And if you want to, you can kind of go in there and finish that out. But yeah, super simple. Super simple design. Got these tabs here. You just take your deck, put that bad boy in there. Is there better ways to store your cards? Yes. Is this a fine way to store your cards? Also true. But yeah, those are the deck boxes. But that being said, I'm going to probably do a battle video with these cards. I know, again, a lot of people have seen them already, but I still haven't been able to play with them in person, so it's going to be really exciting to do that. Please stick around for that. I have a lot of other Star Wars Unlimited content cooking up in the works as well. So if you really enjoy Star Wars Unlimited, stick around because we got some things coming your way. All right, that's going to be it, and stay tuned for all those.